am very disheartened by what I have heard and somewhat seen. I couldn't even watch it fully. Did y'all hear about the woman who was pregnant? She has sickle cell, has 2 children. A group of middle school kids jumped her in Chicago, the south side of Chicago. Jumped her. She went to go pick her kids up from school because her child had been going through bullying for 2 years. She's walking the child home, and they attacked this woman while she's pregnant with her kids, attacked her. A 12-year-old little boy pulled her 6-year-old daughter by her hair. It is so disturbing, it's hard to watch. Now, Chicago showed up and showed out for this woman at the school protesting. Praise God. And even in despite of her being beaten, she also has sickle cell. So, if she gets any type of bruising, that could fatally hurt her, right? She showed up and said, I thank you all so much for supporting me. Please, let's show up with dignity. I'm going to show up as a mother. Let me tell you something. God gives his test to the right people. Because, baby, I'm sorry. I grew up in a time of day, first of all, where we respected our elders. God was installed in our lives, so we knew right from wrong. We knew that we wouldn't do no things like that because it could come back on us and our family. But this generation of this day is terrible. A lot of parents are loving their kids so much, they're loving their kids more than God. And God is a jealous God. Let me tell you about a story that's in the Bible, and it applies today. 1 Samuel. Eli was a high priest in Israel for 40 years, and he had sons that were wicked. They were stealing offerings that was for God when it came to like the sacrifice of meat. God wanted the fat. They decided they want the fat, the meat, and everything. They want the biggest pieces. And they also were having sex with the women at the temple who were serving God. And Eli finds out that his sons are doing this. Instead of him, getting them together, he just says, I rebuke you. And because of this, God would decree that his sons and Eli would be put to death. He would lose his royal priestly position. And so Eli was a mentor to Samuel. Samuel was the son of Hannah. Hannah was barren of children. She couldn't have kids. And she prayed to God that he would bless her to have kids. Her husband had a second wife and another wife, and she was having all the kids. So she said, Lord, if you allow me to have this child, I will give him to you. And that's what she did. She took him to the temple, and Eli was his mentor. Samuel was taking a nap, and he heard a voice call, Samuel, Samuel. He gets up, he go to Eli, here I am. He said, I didn't call you. It happened 2 more times. And after the 3rd time, Eli realized that it was God. He said, hey, when you go back to sleep, say, here I am, I'm your servant, Lord. He did that. And God revealed to him a message that Eli would be put to death because of the sins of his sons. Because he loved his sons more than God. And there was a war. And his sons died on the same day. And when Eli got the news, he was sitting in a chair at the gates of the city. He was 98 years old. He heard this news. He fell backwards in the chair and broke his neck, and he died. See, a lot of you parents, you're not installing good morals and values in your kids. And this is the problem. When you take God out of the home, there's going to be chaos. A lot of you too worried about your kids being cute. I just recently went through this a few months ago with my own relative. Too worried about your kids being cute. And they grew up and be monsters. They grow up and have no respect for their elders, trying to fight their elders. But let me tell you this. Lord knows. Oh, my God. First of all, I just want to say this. I'm so sorry that happened to that woman. Thank God she lived to tell her story. But, baby, it couldn't have been me. Oh, my God. I'm sorry. And to the woman that had her daughter apologize, baby, you could have saved that video. I couldn't even watch it all the way through because it didn't seem sincere or genuine. I'm sorry. And I hope you weren't doing this for no clout, because that's the wrong type of clout to get. To the mother who wrote this post talking about everybody do stuff at 12. Baby, I wasn't doing it at 12. Come on now. What's wrong with you? That's all right. You keep on going the way you're going, you're going to die for the sins of your kids with those kids, okay? I pray that these kids get some help because they need some guidance. They have no guidance. Another one, they said a mother was a squatter, 5 kids, and those kids are very rambunctious. Look, we are living in a world, we got to stay prayed up. We have to have God in our life and know what God you're praying to. If you are a Christian, pick up that Bible. Get on your knees, pray. Have an altar in your home. Pray to God. You need him more than anything today. You got to be prayed up even when you're walking your kids to school. because the devil is getting in any and everybody, especially if they don't have a fear of God in their lives. I'm so sorry that happened to that woman. Stand up. Shout out to Chicago, though. Y'all showed up and showed out for that woman. I pray she get the justice that she wants. She wants to sue the parents of those kids. Go ahead and sue them. Sue them to the max. Oh, by the way, she has been moved out of that neighborhood in an unknown location for her kids. And now her son is going to a new school. Glory be to God.